Just going back to a little bit, how request to pay will change the support of the business transactions between suppliers and buyers. The old way is that you can see that it is completely fragmented. There are no opportunities for data automation. The only structured data exchange is between the two banks, the supplier bank and the buyer bank, where the payment instruction and the payment data moves. But in the old world, there was no room for structured data exchange on an end-to-end basis. In the new way, you can see that there will be structured data exchanges between all the parties. I also put request to pay provider besides the bank. It can be the same or it can be different in different models, but there will be many service providers, so a supplier and the buyer will both have an invoicing supplier, request to pay provider, and the bank, and all these parties should exchange data with each other. The good thing is that the data exchange will happen based on standardized data structures, and it will be defined secure infrastructure also for the data exchange for each of the cases. The problem is with all this that all this integration will take time, will be very expensive. So the catch up or take up of the service or the penetration of the service will be low if everything is done and the supplier and the buyer needs to complete 3 integrations. Then it will sure not happen because it will take too much resources. So what can be the solution is that we introduce a data consolidation layer using invoice data. So if the supplier ERP only needs to integrate once or only needs to use the already existing invoice data for sending an invoice and sending a payment request, then we are one step closer, and the take-up of the service can be faster. And what can we do if we use a data consolidation layer? Then we can also generate a payment request right from the invoice data, which will decrease the ERP integration efforts, and also it will enable 3-way reconciliation automation. So we can use both the invoice data, the payment request data, and the payment data, having everything in place, and the reconciliation can be automated for the customers.